And Annie, where are you from?
Can't hear you.
Hello,
Hi.
it's Mona. I have green screen,
Okay.
unless you really want to see me at the end of the day.
You're beautiful anytime, Mona.
Oh my Lord, it's been a long, long week, and it's only Monday.
It's only because you just got back from holidays.
I know.
So we have Chelsea.
Hi.
Hi. And
Brian.
Brian. Hi, Brian.
Hello. Who am I talking to?
Donna. Hi.
Hello, Donna.
Oh, Nevis is on. Hi, Nevis.
Hello.
In White Court. Mary, where are you from? Oh, Mary's muted.
Can you hear me?
I think one of the things, if you can, the participants that are here right now, if you can rename yourself and put your full name on the screen, please. And we have a person, 780-917-1823. On the phone.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, that's me.
What's your name?
This is Jessica Jacobs-Mino. I'm from Edmonton Glenora Club.
Jessica Jacobs?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Jessica.
Jacobs-Mino. Hi.
Thanks a
I
lot.
actually don't know how to rename myself. I just dialed in.
Yeah,
I'm doing it for you.
Oh, thanks.
I see we have Jeanette. I haven't seen Jeanette for ages. How are you, Jeanette?
Click on your name and right.
What club are you at,
Click and
Jeanette?
At Mayfield.
Oh, of course, I knew that. Yeah. Oh, we got Doug Campbell coming on.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
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 John Nickel.
Hi there.
Hey.
Hi, John.
Excellent. So we've got 1 minute until we start our webinar. We'll just hold for 1 more minute and then we'll get started. Diane, where are you from? What club? Have Sally Shields on.
I don't know
Oh, we have the famous Bruce Uditsky,
Hi.
president-elect of the Edmonton Sunrise. Hi, Lou.
Hey, Jackie, how are ya?
I'm doing great.
Good.
Doing great. You got your sidekick with you.
I do. My best man.
Fabulous. Fabulous.
Jackie,
Yes.
Terry Dixon, can you tell whether she's on? She doesn't have a webcam on our computer.
I can't tell.
You can't tell?
No.
You said Terry Dixon?
Yeah.
Can you hear Marty Andrews?
Yes, we can.
Terry Dixon is on the list.
Participant list, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
And Mark, and so is Mark Dixon.
Okay.
And we have somebody phoning in. Phone number is 780-214-8951. What's your name, please?
Daryl Benson.
Daryl Benson.
With the Lloydminster Club.
Okay.
Great. I see we have Stan Bissell from the White Avenue Club.
Hi, Jackie.
Hi. Betty Skripnik.
Jackie, you know that Stan is dialing in from Hawaii.
Who's that?
Hi, it's Marilyn. Did you know that Stan Bissell is dialing in from Hawaii?
Oh, no. Oh, yes, I should have known.
That's fabulous.
You're telling on me, Marilyn. I wasn't going to put my video on. I didn't want any palm trees in the background.
There we go.
Okay, everybody. Well, I think that we're at 7 o'clock. So I think that we can get started, and hopefully we'll have some time for discussion before our annual general meeting. So I'll get us started with a welcome to all of you, especially to the president-elects, assistant governors, Rotary leaders. My name is Jack. Moderator.
Jackie, you're muted.
There we go.
Okay, well, we'll start again. Yeah. Welcome, presidents-elect, assistant governors, Rotary leaders. My name is Jackie Hobal from the Rotary Club of Edmonton West, and I will be your moderator this evening. Thanks for joining us via Zoom. You can communicate at any time with us through your chat button or raising your hand at any time. We will have a bit of time at the end for questions and discussion. This webinar is being recorded. After tonight's webinar, we ask you to stay online for a brief meeting of the District 5370. The moderator for this annual general meeting will be Board Secretary Carl Clayton, joined by immediate past Governor Ingrid Neach. Now let's get started. Joining us tonight is your district governor for 2020-2021, Jim Ferguson, and District Leadership and Development Chair and District Governor nominee, Donna Barrett, and Youth Services Chair, Tamara Larson. Welcome to the team. Tonight's webinar is the first in a series of online and face-to-face meetings. We will introduce you to a team of leaders who will assist you throughout your year of preparation and planning, and of course, during your year. We will introduce your governor for 2020-21, Jim Ferguson, who will share Rotary's vision and plan. Your district learning and development chair, Donna Barrett, will talk about Rotary.org and setting up a My Rotary account and Rotary Club Central. She will then discuss roles and responsibilities and where you can find further details in planning your year, which really starts now. Think about your team. Tamara Larson will share a little bit about the changes in Rotary and working with them. So I see that we've had a bit of time to introduce a few of the folks on the call. Our district, when you look at the map, it really stretches north into Northwest Territories, the Yukon, we go into BC, we welcome clubs from Saskatchewan, and of course the northern part of Alberta. So welcome to our newest club from Whitehorse especially. Welcome all. Our district has a team of leaders who has been preparing themselves for their role in district, just as you are preparing for your leadership role at your club. District Governor Tracy, Governor-elect Jim, and Governor nominee Donna. That's Donna in the middle. They usually meet at Fort Edmonton Park, but they're being displaced temporarily. Now, I will turn things over to our Learning and Development Chair, Donna Barrett, who will be working with us in the coming year. Donna is a member of the Rotary Club of Edmonton Sunrise. Welcome, Donna.
Hi, everyone. Before coming on this call tonight, we asked you to ensure that you have set up a My Rotary account. The instructions were sent out to you in DGE Jim's letter. It's a pretty simple process, 9 easy steps. Why a My Rotary account? Rotary.org is an essential resource for Rotarians and leaders to remain current and find resources on all things Rotary. So Jim is going to set up a poll, and we're going to ask you if you have set up a Rotary.org account, can you please respond to the poll? Okay, Jim?
Okay, I'm trying to pull it up here, but it seems like it doesn't want to cooperate. So maybe just a show of hands for the people that are here, if you know, if you have set up an account on My Rotary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is
and
Allison.
And it looks like quite a few have, so that's excellent.
Good, good. All right. Your My Rotary account is also the place where you will find your club's profile and history. Rotary Club Central is the place where you will post your goals, plan, and track your success. Think of Rotary Club Central as a big file cabinet with current and historical information on your club. Your past club's records were stored in the past, your club's records were stored in basements and garages of members. Club Central allows all members to review club goals and track progress. Please be sure to explore Rotary.org and then click on the tutorials in the Learning Center to learn more about the tools such as Rotary Club Central. Okay, another feature of Rotary Club Central, thank you, Jackie, is the posting of volunteer hours of service and dollars spent. Rotary clubs around the world are posting this information. Collectively, it shows impact. This information is essential in forming partnerships. Look at these figures from last year. 45 million volunteer hours and 850 million 850 million spent by clubs on service. Check my math. As you begin your planning, your Assistant Governor will be able to assist you in navigating and posting on Rotary Club Central. It is now my pleasure to welcome your District Governor for 2021, Jim Ferguson. Welcome, Jim.
Well, thank you, Donna, and hello, everyone. So this picture that you're seeing on the screen was taken in Mexico at Project Amigo, where we took a group of youngsters ziplining, and it was a life-changing experience for both of us. Rotary truly does connect the world. So let me share a little bit about myself. My vocation is pharmacy. I joined Rotary in 2005 with the Rotary Club of Stony Plain. I joined Rotary because I wanted to network with other local business owners. My pharmacy business was sold in 2008, and we moved to Skeleton Lake near Boyle. I'm a charter member of the Rotary E-Club of Canada 1.
I can't turn this guy.
Jocelyn and I sold our pharmacy and moved to Skeleton Lake near Boyle, and this picture tells you why. Beside the lake, family, music, and traveling are my passions. Jocelyn and I are privileged to serve our district along with other leaders from Zone 28. Our President Holger Knack and his wife are on your left. To Jocelyn's right is our current director, Jeffrey Cataret. Valerie Rafer is to the right of Jeffrey and will be our director and representative at the RI board table. Planning is taking place at all levels of our organization, including right here at home in District 5370. We all have different stories about what brought us to Rotary and what keeps us in Rotary, but we share a common bond. And I'd like to share briefly from the new strategic plan from Rotary International, which will guide our work. Together, we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities, and in ourselves. Individually and collectively, we are a people of action. And as people of action, we know that fulfilling a vision requires a plan. Whenever any of us faces a big challenge in our professional lives, we don't tackle it without first being prepared. We're the ones who say we need a plan, and this is equally important. We are the ones who bring everyone together to make that plan and put it into action. I'm here to talk to you about our plan for Rotary's future, because we know that there's a big gap between who we are as an organization today and who we need and want to be. And since we're people of action, it makes sense that this plan is called the Action Plan. It's a plan that is clear-eyed about the challenges Rotary faces. It acknowledges the difficult conversations we've had at Rotary and must continue to have. Our action plan offers a framework and space to surface and address potential disconnects between the goals and needs of clubs, districts, zones, and headquarters. Change is hard. But the action plan is also driven by a sense of optimism, a belief that we are and will continue to be essential to our communities, to the world, to humanity. Don't we all want this? A stronger, more effective Rotary? A Rotary that's more inclusive and open to new members and to new ideas? More adept at using partnerships, digital tools, and other resources to bring people together. The action plan helps guide how we'll achieve this. It draws on the remarkable capabilities we've developed in our professional lives and careers. Above all, the capacity to listen and learn from others. It respects that younger generations have different expectations about how to spend their time, who to spend it with, and what motivates them. And our action plan encourages us to use our collective global imagination to bring fresh ideas to the forefront. As a Rotary leader, you've been entrusted with a pivotal role of encouraging buy-in for the plan and helping clubs realize our priorities over the next 5 years. A tremendous legacy for the leaders and generations who will follow you. This action plan is ambitious but achievable with a 5-year time frame that will push us, but not exhaust us. It's focused and to the point, like you. It has 4 priorities. Each priority reflects the input, feedback, and hopes of current and former members, leadership, Rotaractors, interactors, alumni, youth exchange students, and Rotary staff. In all, we've reached out to more than 1 million people who are connected to Rotary in some way to ensure that our action plan priorities are the right ones and are authentically Rotary. The 4 top priorities are: increase our impact, expand our reach, enhance participant engagement, and increase our ability to adapt. Now let's look in a little bit more detail at some of the ways we'll turn these priorities into action. I'm excited about this direction from Rotary International and what it will mean for our future as we grow Rotary. Rotarians are effective problem solvers who create solutions that last, because we invest in relationships. with all the leadership books today called Building Social Capital. Together, let's prove that our impact on the world has only just begun. In the coming months, we will be exploring all 4 of these priorities in more depth. But let me comment on just one priority before I turn things over to Donna. Our 4th action plan priority is to increase our ability to adapt. Our actions will answer these questions. How can we adapt faster to a changing world? How can new perspectives strengthen Rotary? What new ideas could create lasting change? We are inventive, entrepreneurial, and resilient. That's why we're people of action. And because we share these qualities, new approaches to our organizing principles won't threaten our sense of who we are. It's time for us to seek out new opportunities, to embrace innovative ideas and take calculated risks. We must create more paths to leadership, welcome new voices, and simplify how we operate. To my fellow Action Plan champions, thank you for your dedication to Rotary. Together, let's carry out Rotary's vision of a better world. Let's show the world what it means to be people of action. It's a privilege to work with you. Now back to Donna, who will show us some of the tools.
Thanks, everyone. And I just need to say that my classification is educational administration, and so it's a little embarrassing to mix up those numbers. But anyway, here we go. Tonight we'll share some of the resources that will help you on your journey as you prepare to lead your club. But before that, I'd like you to think about those leaders who have inspired you. Think about who inspires you and how you will inspire others. Being an effective leader involves understanding our roles as well as how we show up for others. On a more practical note, what is your role as club president and what are your responsibilities? Simply put, your role is to engage and inspire members and promote Rotary in the community. This is a slide from the Lead Your Club manual. We hope you've received a hard copy. Check with your assistant governor if you have not yet received your hard copy, or contact one of us after the webinar. More importantly, download a digital copy of the manual onto your computer or mobile devices. Rotaractors have a companion manual to guide their work. You can see here the chapters that these manuals cover. Today, we'll focus on Chapter 1, Roles and Responsibilities, and Chapter 2, Selecting Your Team. So, the information you can find in Chapter 1 is shown there. As club president-elect, you are encouraged to develop and evaluate. Jackie, can we have the next slide? Thank you. As president-elect, you're encouraged to develop and evaluate your club's strategic plan and make sure it's current and relevant. Set annual goals in Rotary Club Central that build towards your club's long-range goals. Create an action plan for each goal and attend training events with your leadership team. As club president, you can see you have a longer list of duties. So some of the highlights include implementing the action plans and regularly evaluating your club's progress towards its goals. Inspiring club members to participate in club activities and celebrating accomplishments. A reminder, Rotary Club Central is a critical tool for documenting, managing, and communicating your club's progress. Let me share and point out a feature of this manual that you will find helpful. This is a screenshot of the section on strategic planning from Chapter 1. You will notice that there are live links embedded into this entire document. Of course, I'm referring to the digital version of the manual. The first link takes you to RI's strategic plan. Once you open the link, you will also find lots of resources on this link, including the slides and presentation that Jim shared with you earlier. The next link takes you again to Rotary.org and the Strategic Planning Guide and the resources that will assist you in planning at your club. The Strategic Planning Guide has lots of ideas for engaging members in determining goals and projects. Again, you will find the strategic plan and the planning guide on Rotary.org or access them through your Lead Your Club manual. Something to think about. How will you, through this process, involve your members in setting goals? How will your plans impact others? And now I'll turn it over to Tamara Larson, our District Youth Services Chair and member of the Rotary Club of White Avenue, the club that is fun, focused, and fearless. Tamara.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. It's great to be with all of you. You'll never know where life takes us. That picture, Jackie, can you go back a couple slides? Thanks. That's me ziplining with Michelle Morrow O'Brien from Alaska, past district governor. She will be joining us at our March event to talk about public relations, so please make sure you join us. She's got a great presentation and tools to help us. So, and we have seen some essential changes in the Rotary clubs and the Council of Legislation. Just like Rotary clubs, they are now members of Rotary International. Check out pages 1 and 2 of your manuals, both Rotary clubs and Rotary clubs, for these changes, and watch for more changes moving forward. This provision will elevate the status of Rotary clubs and allow RI to increase support and resources for them. These are outlined in pages 19 to 72 in Chapter 3, and we're excited about that future. Did you know that, on the next slide, that we have a significant number of young people and young professionals engaged in service in our district? We have over 50 Interact clubs, 9 Rotary clubs, and over 1,500 young leaders in our district. And it's very exciting to be having this many young leaders engaged in service with us. So we encourage you to work with your Interact clubs, your Rotary clubs, the Early Act clubs, and working together and do all of these things. And speaking of our future leaders, I encourage you to review Chapter 2 and Lead Your District manual. Chapter 2 will help you get started in thinking about your team and some strategies for working with young people. There are many, and ask them what they like to do and want to do, and how they can be a part of what you do, and how you can be a part of what they do. Have them be involved in your planning. And have them be a part of your team. So, as you can see, from 2010 to 2020, we have grown. Rotary clubs are about the same. We've gone from 11 Interact clubs to 52 plus Interact clubs. From 2 Rotary clubs to 9 Rotary clubs. We now have 2 Early Act clubs. Great growth in our district, and we're going to see more this year again. And thank you to all the Rotarians and Rotary clubs for seeing this substantial growth in our youth programs. Can we move to the next slide, please? Probably up to slide about the dates and a few webinars. We've already talked about this one. So as you can see, there's quite a few dates here that Jim has sent out to each of you in his first letter. You'll notice that we will have a few webinars and a few face-to-face meetings. Our next webinar will be on December 2nd and address Rotary's #1 internal priority, which is membership. If you could please take the time to review Chapter 5, that would be great. Make sure you save the dates for all of this. And on March 20th, 21st, you're invited to bring your team to Edmonton. We hope to see you and many of your team there to plan. And there is one more reminder before we move on. Registration is now open for our district conference in September, Vision 2020, held in Edmonton at the Doubletree from September 17th to 19th. And we really, really hope that you will all join us there. So please register. You know, thank you for being on this call tonight. We really appreciate you taking the time out of your very busy schedules, not only to serve, but to learn with us together. We learn as much from you as we hope that you will learn from us. If you have comments or questions, please post in our chat box, send us a note, or ask one of your assistant governors. I think many of them are online. I will now invite you to stay online for the annual general meeting.
Thanks, Tamara. Before we turn things over to Carl, I would just, I see that we have had a few questions that have come in, and we do have a few minutes to talk about those questions. And so let me start with the first question. First question that came in is, what should I be doing now as a president-elect? So my opinion on this one is that it is the perfect time as president-elect to get to know your club, to get to know the members, to survey members as to what they are interested in, find your leaders and start building your team. The second recommendation I have for you is to familiarize yourself with your club's 5-year membership history, your club's giving, and of course projects. And Rotary Club Central, of course, is going to be a great place for you to check out all of that information. Donna had a question about strategic planning. Would you like to address that? The question is, what if my club doesn't have a strategic plan?
Well, I think that this is a good time, if that's the situation you find yourself in, to look at those sections of your president-elect manual and begin that process of thinking about working with your club to find out what their interests are, sharing with them the areas of the RI strategic plan. We will also be sharing information about how the district has addressed the strategic plan. So begin to familiarize yourself with the strategic planning process, and either your area governors or myself, or we have other individuals in the district who would be happy to work with you through this process of developing a strategic plan for your club if you're at the very beginning of this process.
I just saw a question from Doug Campbell. Doug, I wonder if we could unmute you and maybe you could ask your question.
With the current president for their annual general meeting to be held in December, and that the president-elects need to have their board in place for that meeting so that they can announce it to the club.
Is that her 11th?
Every club will have a an AGM at some point in December.
Yeah, Doug, some clubs are actually tackling this succession planning a lot earlier. And it certainly has become a best practice. And of course, Rotary International models that. And so we're really encouraging clubs to start identifying their future leaders in the club and getting them prepared. I have another question on Rotary Club Central. Jim, would you like to tackle this one? And the question is, why is there such a focus on Rotary Club Central?
Well, that's an easy one to answer. Rotary International uses the statistics. They need the club statistics as far as what we're doing in the world in order to partner up with other organizations, let's say the Gates Foundation, that type of thing. It's really hard to discuss Rotary's role, even to have somebody approach you and say, what is Rotary? Unless we can tell them specifically, well, our club has done these projects. This district put in 50,000 man-hour volunteer hours this last quarter. So the idea of Rotary Club Central is trying to centralize the information and getting a grasp on all the good that we're doing in the world.
And Marilyn's just made a comment that it also shows progress towards goals that the club posts. An extremely valuable tool. Donna, remind us who can post goals in Rotary Club Central.
So once you've established your team, the president can post goals, or you as president-elect for your year, your membership chair, your foundation chair, those are the people, and your secretary can post goals in Rotary Club Central. Jackie, just before we transfer, I have one more thing that I'd like to say at the very end, if you could come back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was just, sorry, Jackie, I was just going to mention that I believe that Peter has found the polls. So Peter, if you want to launch that poll, we'll see if everything is working for the AGM. And go ahead, Jackie. Sorry to interrupt.
So we have some great new tools in Rotary, and Rotary.org, and also we use Club Runner. And there's often confusion between Rotary.org and our district website and Club Runner. Tamara, can you maybe make a comment on that?
Sure. You know, Rotary.org, all the comments have been really good about recording club goals and hours and fundraising and being part of Rotary International. Club Runner helps us as a district to keep track of our district leadership. So the executives are in there. It helps clubs pay their dues. The membership lists actually do get transferred to Rotary.org, but Club Runner is much more as a district tool, and Rotary.org is more of an international tool, but both are very important to use, especially for club executives. If you can list things like your club secretary, your community chair, your international chair, your youth chairs, it's much easier for us as a district to communicate with those specific individuals rather than sending everything to a president. So the tools are somewhat interactive, but quite different, and both very important.
Thanks, Tamara. Donna, we're going to shift back to you. I've got a question about once I have my team selected, how and when do my team members receive training?
Thanks, Jackie. So what we have planned this year is concentrated work with the president-elects for the webinars that were identified for you, as well as, Jackie, I don't know if you can put up that slide with the dates, if you could find that slide.
I can.
Okay, great.
I'm just going to share the results of this poll.
Okay.
And it looks like 95% of the people on the call have already have a My Rotary account, which is fantastic.
Great.
Okay, let me back up here. There we go.
It's not being shared, Jackie.
Oh, is it not? Okay.
I can see it.
Oh.
Well, it's on my screen.
Okay, if others can see it, that's fine, because
Okay.
I know the date, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
So as Tamara mentioned, we have another webinar similar to this one on December the 2nd. And the one thing we haven't talked about yet is what's happening on February the 1st. So on February the 1st, we are going to be offering a full day session for president-elects and AGs. But it's going to be offered in several locations around the province. And I will be sending out an email notice tomorrow to assistant governors to talk with your president-elects to determine where you would like to be for this session. So it will be offered in Edmonton. There will also be a location in Grand Prairie, but there is also a possibility for clusters. For example, if the Lloydminster clubs wanted to be in one location in Lloydminster rather than driving in, that would be possible as well. So we'll be sending you out some information. Everything will be sent out to you. It'll be live in Edmonton, and some sessions will be live from Grand Prairie. But we're planning an interactive session. So there will be some presentations that you will receive online, but there will also be time for the AGs and their president-elects, the Rotary leaders to interact and discuss different focuses in preparing for their year. Now, to get to your question, Jackie, about when do my team members receive training? So on March 20th and 21st will be the time when we're asking the president-elects to bring their leadership team to Edmonton. And our focus will be for that Friday night and Saturday, preparation for helping your leadership team understand their responsibilities and really to develop a coordinated plan for their year. So that will be what we do on March 20th and 21st. But I also, as you're speaking to and pulling together your team, there is tremendous information in the Learning Center on Rotary.org. And if you go into that area, there are self-paced programs or sessions that each of your leads can take to familiarize themselves with the role that they will be stepping into. So I really encourage you to use that. It's a great resource for people. You can go on at your convenience and you can do a lot of learning. As well, there are manuals available for downloading for each of the different roles, each of the different club leadership roles. So Jackie, that was the piece that I wanted to mention. Right, that's it.
Yeah, wonderful.
Okay.
Yeah, and just to piggyback on that, Donna, we have got a lot of expertise in our district, in our clubs, and we can put people in touch with people if you have a specific area where you want some coaching or mentoring or sharing of information. So don't be shy. So thank you, Donna, Jim, Tamara. I'd like to thank you for being on the call, and I'd also like to thank everybody who has joined us